What's up guys, it's Scarlett and I want to make a video to tell you guys about my recent move off the grid. Technically, some people refer to off-grid as living completely away from any electricity or internet or any sort of civilization. I obviously still have that. I live in a very nature mountain community and I'm only a few hours away from my hometown of LA. For me, this was a good kind of compromise with what my heart really wanted because I didn't want to be too far away from home and from my friends and from things I need to do for my career, things I need to take care of once in a while. I kind of set it up so that I have the best of both worlds now where I'm fully immersed in nature, very small town, completely in beautiful, refreshing, high vibrational energy and away from all the chaos of the city, but I'm still kind of a short, to me not a very long drive from the city. A lot of people, including myself, just have been getting these messages to go out into nature and to go off grid. I hear about so many people who want to buy land and build communities, and this is really important for us to pay attention to because given everything that's going on right now astrologically and with all these shifts, I believe very strongly that there's going to be a shift towards decentralization. So cities and governments and all of these institutions are basically their own ego structures and they are centralized. And just as humans have egos, institutions have egos, and these egos or these forms or identities want energy, they want expansion because everything in the universe wants expansion. When you realize that these forms are really aggressively wanting to grow themselves, aggressively trying to take energy, using fear and force and authoritarianism to extract energy, then the best solution is for that energy to disperse, and that's through decentralization. The same way that we need to decentralize the currency because these central banking and these central structures use this energy and this centralized power to have control over everyone and everything under its umbrella. So the beautiful thing about moving off-grid or moving away from the cities is that when you're in smaller communities and you're away, first of all, the nature is amazing. The higher elevation you are, the more high vibrations you feel, the more easier it is to connect with the divine and to go deeper into a spiritual practice. So many yogis and the Buddha and famous figures throughout history have gone into the forest or have wandered through nature terrains for 40 days or have gone through basically pure fast of civilization and people and just being in nature where you really have to face yourself, because when you're in nature there's no distortions, there's no distractions. The mirror becomes really clear and you really come face to face with yourself. Another good reason it's good to go off grid right now is we're currently with this age of Aquarius and these different incoming energies. We have the human organic consciousness and the AI artificial intelligence consciousness. And it's possible that we can harmoniously integrate with this new energy. So, for example, the internet is really beneficial in the sense that we can be in nature but still have access to working or to communicating with people. Social media, you can see the positive benefit of it in the sense that it's giving decentralized information, free, more free speech as opposed to the centralized media. However, with this AI consciousness and this human consciousness, we still have to keep in mind that everything is seeking to expand, and it's still a risk whether the human consciousness is going to dominate or the AI consciousness. And this is something that people don't really take that seriously, except if they're really in the know. But there's a reason Elon Musk was so adamant about starting an organization to safeguard against the AI, and there's a reason that, you know, with the rollout of the 5G towers and what a lot of people are saying about these injections that are metallic, sort of mechanized, is very clear. You know, with these lockdowns and being forced, you know, to really be online more and shop online more, and it's very, very clear for those who have eyes to see that there is a very strong push towards this AI agenda. So we've got to recognize that even though, you know, there's attempts at creating this Neuralink and people, you know, wanting to integrate, we're still organic beings, right? So we're still flesh and blood, and if it was so easy to withstand these electromagnetic fields, you wouldn't be seeing so many people getting sick, or there's a lot of people that have electrosensitivity. So we have to honor that we are still organic beings, and if it's not realistic to completely shut out AI or technology, then at the very least we have to regulate the way that we use it and the way that we allow this new consciousness into this realm. There's a lot of different ways, if you want to go off grid, that you can make it happen. It might be really daunting at first, but there's so many different things going on now. There's several eco-villages and eco-communities that are forming. It's actually really easy and more affordable to move into places away from the city. You can see that actually nature's almost calling for this, because if you see, like in LA and all these cities, there's a huge homelessness problem, and it doesn't really quite make sense when you drive on the highway and you see just swaths of land, so much land. So I really feel that nature is asking humanity and kind of pushing people to kind of spread out more and use more of the natural resources. It makes a lot more sense economically, just it's more a democratic use of the land. There's certain people who pool their money together to buy land and really use the different resources of solar technology to have power. The positive side of this double-edged sword of the internet is you can do so many jobs online and remotely. A lot of companies, even these centralized corporations, even are allowing people to work remotely. So if you decide to just be a couple hours away from your city, or just anywhere your heart feels called, it's calling you for a reason. There's a reason that it's on your mind or it's in your heart. And this is not for everybody. Some people are meant to stay in the city, hold the frequency there, but I know that a lot of people who watch this channel, a lot of spiritual beings are really being called out to it, but they just have cold feet or they're not sure how to do it. So just want to encourage you guys to follow that call. If you're not into the community thing, then you can always just go to a different kind of smaller town or city. If you're not into the eco-village thing, you can always, you know, just get a house or an apartment or just some type of, find what works for you. I will share more tips and advice from what I'm learning on my journey. It's definitely interesting that there's just amazing energy here. My yogic practice goes so much deeper. I feel a lot more at peace. Such a beautiful area, so I'm fortunate to have my friends want to come visit me and keep me company. And it's really nice to just be in this healing vortex of energy where I can focus and just be a lot more disciplined and put out a lot more of my creative work. And nature really does have strong healing vortexes, so it will, if you move out to nature, you will probably feel a lot of emotions and energies and things come up on the regular, because there's way less distraction, and Mother Nature is just healing. That's the nature of Pachamama. She just heals you when you surrender and allow that energy to do what it naturally does. So if you guys have any questions or you want to know more about this, make sure to follow me on Instagram and feel free to ask me any questions. I'll do my best to respond. I've done a lot of research on different communities and really nice nature locations in California that are close to cities but not too close. It's kind of the perfect living setup. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.